Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman with Stardew Valley 1.5 Retired Slow Play part number 18. We are ready for day 22 of fall, year number 1. So it's kind of wrapping up. We have 28 days in each season. There's 4 seasons per year. So things are kind of starting to wrap up for us, but we've got a little bit of time still. And lots of things that we can do. And some fun events coming up. All kinds of good stuff. We have 13,000 gold in the bank. And by habit, I still check the weather report in the fall. It's going to be clear all day. Fortune teller tells us the spirits are somewhat mildly perturbed. And a tip of living off the land, fish focus, the walleye. You can fish on rainy days during the fall, in the evenings during the fall and winter. So it's important if you're trying to work on completion that you want to catch every fish, that you know what fish are available when. And we've got some eggplants that are ready today, so that's kind of cool. And you can see the colors in fall are very kind of fall lookish. If you live in a place that has fall, you'll recognize these colors very much so. The grass starts to turn brownish colors, and the trees turn various colors depending upon whatever the type of tree is. So I think it's really interesting, and I really like it that we can get the different colors of the trees just like we do in real life, depending upon the type of tree. So I love it that we have, I think, 4 different trees at this time with different colors. What I'm doing is I want to make my chest different colors based on the seasons. So I was shooting there for a spring color, and then I'm thinking a summer color, and it's like, okay, maybe violet for spring. I'm trying to help myself remember so that I'm not constantly opening my chest and doing the wrong chest for the whatever I'm trying to look for at any given time. Of course, we want to run around and we say hello to our pets. That was Lucy, our chicken, and we also got Desi around here somewhere. There's Desi. Hey, Desi. And give them some love because they give you better products that they produce. Also grab my honey out of my beehive. So we got our beehives kind of got in late in this particular year, but next year we'll do a little better, and we're going to plant some flowers around the beehives, and we'll explain that more when it comes time, but I just wanted to explain this our first 2. That's why they look like they do. And we pick up a couple of eggs from Desi and Lucy and pop one in the mayonnaise maker, and I'm starting to save the eggs so we can have a variety of different ones. I generally keep quite a few, a minimum of 5 of each type of egg. Again, I think that Stardew Valley creates hoarders because it seems like we need to keep a few of everything. Oh, so anyway, I was double checking my supply of cheeses in case we needed to go to the mine for anything. I think we got 3 and we're doing pretty good with that. The honey, I wasn't sure. We need different honeys, and I'm trying to make sure that I have some of each. Right now we only have wild honey. Eventually we'll have different honeys that have different names. I'm also checking the syrups. I'm just checking everything that we may or may not need to take to the community center. That little icon at the top right hand corner, if you hold your mouse over an item that needs to go to the community center, then it would blink. It would kind of pulsate. So that kind of tells you, if you need something, if you have something in your inventory or in a container or whatever, you put your mouse on it, it flashes and lets you know, which is kind of convenient. But I go ahead and check everything anyway. It's like, oh my gosh. Again, there's so many different bundles to do in the community center, and we've done an awful lot so far, but we got a long ways to go, and that's okay. We will probably finish the community center in year 2, and I'm not sure how soon. It depends. Largely for me, it depends on the fish, because I'm not a very good fisher. I hate fishing. I'm sorry, apologize to all you fishers out there. I hate fishing in this game. It's just such a pain in the neck, especially early on. But you've got to catch some pretty high-end fish. And So it's a have to situation. It's such a pain in the neck. But anyways, that kind of slows me down on getting the community center done because I need to go get some fish that are kind of tough to get unless you're pretty advanced in your fishing. So I thought I would go down and go to our super secret forest real quick and get some more hardwood. Again, we're going to be using the hardwood for the building my fences. And there's other things we need the hardwood for as well. So if I think of it, I try to go over to the super secret forest every day. I obviously don't think of it often enough. It's like, oh my gosh, it's been there a long time since I've been there. But anyway, you come in and there's always slimes, and we got to get the slimes. Yeah, that's okay. We'll be using the slime for something eventually. Well, this guy was a pain in the neck. Look at him. He was tough. He kept hitting me and made me mad. So I backed him into a corner and got him. The little green guy's hiding down here. Like, come out from hiding, mister. I want to get you. So we got him. He hit me too. How rude. So that's okay. We're going to chop these big stumps and get us some hardwood. Yay! You get 2 or 3. Also in the fall, in the super secret forest, you're going to have forageable items that you need. In this case, mushrooms this time of year. And so different seasons have different ones you can get. So we just pick up the ones that we got. I don't use mushrooms too much, but we need them anyway. So for our hoarding habit. And I saw a green guy hiding over here. I'm going to get rid of him. It's like, dude, don't you hurt me. And he wasn't too hard. He wasn't like the blue guy that really got us. Look at that, 1 hit. Yay! I love my sword that I have. It's a good one for now. We'll get a better one later, but for now, this one's a pretty good one. And certainly was better than that dagger. Oh my gosh, that dagger was just terrible for me. For the way I play, it was bad. I'm sure there's some people really have good luck with it. Nice 1-hit wonder on that. Yay. Getting all kinds of maple seeds. Maple tree seeds, but oh, that one gave us 3. So I love it when it does that. I don't know how it decides. Oh, look at that blue guy popped out. Like, where were you hiding, mister? He even hurt me. I didn't like him. So we ended up with 16 hardwood on this trip. And I don't know what the maximum you can get because I really think it's random between 2 or 3 pieces of wood per stump. So I don't know. It seems like to me I've walked out there was 17 before, but I don't know what the max is. I often say hello to our little Jazz, and she always says we mess up her countings. I feel kind of bad, but she's in a convenient spot right there, and we do need to make friends with her. So I don't know if it makes her mad or not. So I say hi anyway. So we've accomplished what we wanted to down here was to get our hardwood and come on back up. I love seeing that mushroom up there, but I don't know what to do with it yet. Haven't decided the layout of the farm, the ultimate layout. If you're curious what my previous one looked like, you can go back to my playlist and look for the one. There's a playlist on reviews, and that has a review of Stardew Valley, which includes a screenshot of my 11-year farm. And I really do like that layout. I think I would make a few changes to it, and hopefully I'll get it right when I do it this time. So we'll see. I don't know. These bundles, as you can see, there's like a word at the bottom. It tells you when you finish all of the bundles in that particular room, which you get different rooms in the community center, that it tells you what the ultimate reward is. So each time you do a small bundle, you get a smaller reward, but when you finish a particular room or the fish tank, you get a big reward. And so you can see what the reward is. Of course, if you've never played before, you don't know what that reward is. So anyway, I was just chopping down a couple extra trees there, and not sure what we're going to do with the rest of our day. It's 1:50 p.m. And, it just depends on what we need. And, we finished, we got to the bottom of the mine, which is really cool. We ended up getting a good reward for that. We got a skull key, which we don't know what it is. We're supposed to go figure out what it's for. And not sure how that's going to happen. So we've got 2 geodes. We're going to get rid of this maple seed. I probably should be using those maple seeds to make snacks. I keep forgetting that we can do that. You can use the, I think you have to have 3 different, oh, I missed an eggplant there. Oopsie-doo. You can use 3 different tree seeds to make a snack that you can take into the mine, which is, you know, it's, I have to remind myself it's free. We didn't have to grow anything. You know, it's something that I do forget, and so I need to be doing that more. But at the same time, I really like my cheeses, and I should be selling them because those cost money to make, and they have a high value as well. So I really do need to do better at that with my various snacks and things. And then I start going into town, and then it's like, okay, wait a minute, why am I not taking the minecart? The minecart takes me right to town, right to the blacksmith, and I forget that a lot. It's like I'm so used to not having that. So anyway, let's process these geodes and see if we get anything good. These geodes seem to be giving us not so good stuff, but that looks pretty good. I don't know if we've had a Celestine before. Let me double check. Yeah, we've already gotten one, so it didn't give us anything that we didn't have already, but that's okay. You can still get things that you haven't had before on those geodes, so it's worth processing them. And I was looking here, it's not been doing really great with my relationships this year. I've got so many people that still only have 1 heart. I'm still terrified of Abigail because I gave her something that she did not like at all. And I don't know where it is. They're disliked. She disliked wild plums. So I am terrified of Abigail and giving her the wrong thing. It's like, oh my gosh. You know, you can look on the wiki if you want to try to find, to make sure, but I didn't, and I made a mistake. So I just don't know if I have the ability to do 80 hardwood in one day. I don't know where I would go to get 80 hardwood in one day. Oh, look at that. A blackberry. How about that? And copper ore. So that was worth it, hitting the wormies. Oh, hey, Lewis. How you doing? Somebody wants a sardine. Emily wants a sardine. If I'm not mistaken, we have a sardine in our inventory if we don't forget. And say hi to Lewis. Win their trust. Yes, we do. We really need to work on that. Just be persistent. Oh, that's so easy to say. I also wanted to check the calendar, but Lewis was in my way. He's like, get out of the way, Lewis. I want to check the calendar. George's birthday is in 2 days. We've forgotten more birthdays. I think we've only hit maybe 2 out of the whole year. I'm so embarrassed. It's like, really? It's really important that you do because it really helps your relationship with people. So, anyway, I was thinking, we've only got 6 more days of the year. What could we grow? We can grow some wheat. We need the wheat anyway for the community center because we didn't have Gold Star wheat. It's like, oh, should I go chase her? Like, oh my goodness. It's locked. I should have known that because I passed him. I passed Harvey at the beach and I totally didn't see it until I rewatched the playthrough. It is so weird to really watch your own play after the fact, and it's really embarrassing actually. I would think that anyone that plays, there's things you miss, and if you were to rewatch it, you would go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed that. And that's certainly the case with me. I said, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed that. Okay, looking at my tools here and thinking, okay, what do I need? We're going to put things away. Oh yeah, fertilizer. If we do fertilizer, it increases our quality. And you can see that if it had little dots in the soil, that meant it had already been fertilized. So I had already some kind of fertilizer. So I wanted to go ahead and get this planted because we really do need the wheat. We need 10 pieces of the same quality of wheat for the community center, and I didn't have enough, so I wanted to make sure I got those all planted. And I saw we needed to put a couple extra spaces here. We're right next to our quality sprinklers. Again, we can do 8 crops around the quality sprinklers. So we got them all in. So I think I have 8 total around those 2 different sprinklers, so that's good. And I was trying to, again, I got to reorganize everything by quality. It's like, wait a minute, got a blackberry. Again, saving up those blackberries, because during the winter you really don't have crops that you can run through your machines. So that's why I'm kind of stocking things up so that we can process all winter long. And I'm getting a little bit low on coal, but we have the charcoal kiln that makes coal, so that's gonna cut out how much we need down. And so looks like we're doing okay on copper. Our last run we got quite a bit of copper, so at some point we're gonna have to go get iron. And I'm looking at here at things that we might want to make. I really don't know. I really need the preserves. The preserve jars are just, that's a money maker. Eventually, we're going to end up with a shed full of preserve jars because that's a huge money maker. And so we've got 3 going right now, and I was debating on, should we make another one? Oh, what I was looking at is we need money more than we need. I'm trying to keep certain items, and it's like, oh my gosh, I need the money because we need so many more things. And I'm trying to think, how can we get money? And I thought, well, we could get rid of these gems, or at least a few of them anyway. So it didn't hurt us too bad and gives us some money. So it's 7 p.m. and I really don't have much left to do today. I thought I would go ahead and process some more of that copper. Again, I'm going to go ahead and use the charcoal kiln, so I only use 1 of my stored coals and 1 from the charcoal kiln. So that will give us some more iron bars cooking in our furnaces. And that gives us a night. We got 12, so that's good. We got 41 gold. We've got a lot of gold. And we really do need more iron ore, though. So eventually we're going to have to run up to the mine and iron some more iron ore, because we're going to need more and more. You need lots and lots of ore, as you can see. It's just an ongoing process. So now I'm double checking all of the things I have in my fish storage to see if the community center icon starts blinking to let me know that one of those items can go to the community center. And sometimes it's like, if I have time, I'll run up there just to run up there with a couple items. Sometimes I wait until I have a few items. And we got ourselves a purple mushroom from our mushroom tree. Yay. So I think I read somewhere that the mushroom trees have a schedule of when they give you which kinds of mushrooms. So that's kind of cool. An apple. Awesome. How awesome is that? That's our first apple, I think. I'm pretty sure. Again, that's why I like the bat cave, is because these cherries and the apples and the apricots, peaches, those are things that take you a very long time to get, because it's kind of a late game thing. Look at that purple mushroom is something we need for the community center. I was like, okay, maybe we should make a run. I'm not sure all of what we need. I'll kind of figure it out. But the bat cave gives you all kinds of fruits that would take you a very long time to get and to finish the community center. So you eat cherries and apples and apricots and I don't know what all else. So anyways, it's like, that's why I like that. So I got very excited. That's my first apple. So again, I am checking to see anything else that needs to go to the community center, because right now I've got 4 items to take to the community center. And so I thought, well, is there anything else that we need? Maybe we should be checking these other chests just in case there's something we missed. And there was. It's like, okay, what am I missing? What am I forgetting about? Because I'm very forgetful. Oh my gosh. So again, I still need 10 of the same kind of wheat. That's very frustrating. And I did miss something there, but that's okay. Ugh, so embarrassing. And I'm pretty sure I'll look at it here and figure it out. I know you need pomegranates, but I think we've only got 1 so far. And again, that came from the bat cave. cave. I think that's a funny word, bat cave. And I know there was actually a discussion on the forums, which are wonderful. If you're not on there, you should be, about the, which one do you choose, mushroom cave, or a bat cave, and because you get fruits from it, and the other one gives you obviously mushrooms, which you wouldn't get until late game. So it's a very interesting discussion on the forums. I don't know when you're watching this; it could be years down the road, but right now it's an ongoing discussion. So we're going to go ahead and head up to the community center. We've got 5 items that we can add to it. I don't know if this will finish any bundles or not, but, never know. Oh, look at that. We got a prehistoric hand axe, I think it said. I'm amazed that I saw that because it was at night, but thankful for my glow ring that makes things show up a little bit better. So I was really excited to see that because that's another thing for Gunther. Again, eventually we will fill up that museum as we just keep our eyes out and watch for those, they call them artifact spots, but it's little worms that kind of wiggle in the soil there. So let's see, quality crops, animal bundle, and of course I don't have any eggs. I gotta be better about that. So I'm in the wrong room. We need to go down to the bottom, see what we can fill up here, and try not to hit it with your stupid axe. Ugh. So this is our exotic foraging bundle, and that was what I needed that syrup for. We needed a mushroom for it. And you can see we're missing a couple things that we actually have. Cake, carrot. So we only need 2 more items to finish that bundle. So I was like, oh, how not smart is that? And I know I've got these things. I've got 1, 2, 3 things that I need. I just don't know where they go for sure. I think the mussel goes in the fishing chef's thing. So obviously we need to check this much closer. Aha! The enchanter bundle. And the fodder bundle, whatever that is. So we need 2 more apples and some more hay. We'll get there. It's amazing. I mean, you just pop in a few things here and there, and then all of a sudden you realize you're only missing 1 thing, and you have that 1 thing. So that's kind of cool. You only need 1 more thing for that one. But that's all we brought with us. And it's 10:30 at night, so that's going to be calling it a day for this day. 10:30 at night. And I could go either way. I could go back up and do the minecart, or I could go this way. Since I was down this far, I was like, yeah. 2 more days for a sardine. I got to try to remember the sardine. I forget sometimes these little quests like that. If I don't stick the item in my inventory immediately, then oftentimes I'll forget, and they're timed. Usually they're only 2 or 3 days that you have to get the item to the person. I hate it when I forget because it's easy money, especially if it's something that I have a lot of. And I saw that all of our preserve jars had finally popped their items, so it's like, hey, let's go put some more stuff in them because that's money and we can get it overnight. So I'm going to run up here and I'm going to refill them with cranberries. It just takes 1 cranberry to make a cranberry jelly, and that's good money. And the cranberries are awesome because once you plant them, they grow that entire season. So that's awesome. Cranberries are one of my favorite items. Of course, I save them so much with just thousands and thousands of cranberries, which is silly. So awesome! Look at that. Let's go look at that real quick. Cranberries are 200 a jar. 1 cranberry is worth 200 gold if you process it. So it's really a good money maker. We made 600 off of just the cranberries alone, and 380 on the gems that we tossed in there that we don't need. So we need money. Let's see where we're at. Look at that. We're at 15,000 now. So that's cool. So I took a quick look at that crafting menu and what I need to make more preserve jars, and thinking about that because it's like, wow, 1 cranberry gave us 200 gold. And look at this. We're getting more cranberries. That's why I said the cranberries are one of the 2 main fall crops that I do is cranberries and pumpkins. That's the 2 things that I grow the most of. And that's I figured that out through experience. And also checking the wiki and seeing, what's the best thing to make, and so you can figure it out yourself. If you don't want to know, just disregard everything I just said. Or you can do your own thing. It's up to you. And I'm obsessively checking the community center bundles and saying, what, do I have what I need to finish any bundles? And sometimes I just glance at it and think, I don't think I have enough stuff to make another run up there. But I know that I'm really close. The bridge repair, I need one of those items. So one of those items showing. It didn't need all of them, just one of those items. I'm thinking, okay, do I have one of those items? And the answer was, I do. I had a cave carrot that I had tucked away for a rainy day. So I grabbed it, and because I didn't want to forget. In the meantime, we're going to pet our kitty. And look at that, Furball loves you. What that means is that my pet, I'm at the maximum relationship with my pet. Now, it doesn't show on your relationship list. It just tells you that you are. So that's it. That only matters for completion. So if I want to say I have done everything there is to do in Stardew Valley 100%, one of those things is have a max relationship with your pet. So, I mean, it was just cool that popped up there and you could see it. I don't know. I've never done a max completion game. I've played over 900 hours of Stardew Valley. I think I've started over 3 times, maybe 4, but I've never got to max completion. So I think it's kind of cool. We may hit max completion on this playthrough, and if you would like to see that, then please make it a note in the comments. Tell me that you would like to see max completion. I also have a comments tab now on my channel, so I'm going to be doing polls in that channel. And one thing that I may do a poll on is, would you like to see a game that ends up with max completion? So you kind of be watching for that in the comments tab. So Sardine, did I have a Sardine? I did have a Sardine. I have 1. No, 2? I have 2. So it's like, put one of those back. But I do have a Sardine. So I was very excited to see that. So it pays to keep things in there. And I will eventually probably do 5 of each fish. Just because like what we just had that little quest. We've got another day or so of finishing that. So we want to be sure that we take that to Emily. We don't want to forget. So I'm going to keep my furnaces cranking along. So we're going to use our charcoal kiln for one of the coals and pop our copper in there. Keep them going. That takes us up to 14 copper bars. So that's good. We're going to need those for all kinds of things. One of the least of which is to upgrade some of our tools. We have not been doing much tool upgrades, partially because they are so expensive. They take a lot of iron ore, and it takes a lot of money and a lot of iron ore, and we need money for other things right now. So we need to get these our coop and our barns upgraded, and it's very expensive to do that. We'll go ahead and turn in this one thing we have to donate to the museum, so I'm not carrying it around. And just pop it over there. We did not get a reward this time, no problem. It's cool when we get rewards, but we'll just pop it in there to get it out of the way and have it done. Eventually it's going to matter. Eventually we're going to be missing one item and be annoyed. So, oh my gosh, let's come up here. And we are looking for one itty bitty person. And I'm not seeing him. I thought that she was there. She's not. There's people that work there, and I thought maybe she was there. I thought Emily was there, and she wasn't there. So we'll find her elsewhere. Or was it Pam? Oh my gosh. Now, that was called a mistake. Emily wants the sardine, and I just gave it to Pam, and she didn't even like it much. And it's like, I wanted to show you that because if you've got memory issues like I do, you've got to check and double check and triple check. And I did this more than once in this playthrough that I do this. And it's like, okay, I've got to check and double check and triple check so that I'm not giving the wrong thing to the wrong person. So what I'm doing here is I've got a cave carrot. I know it goes somewhere. I'm just not sure where it needs to go. And so, okay, was that bulletin board? Was it? Where was it? It's not the vault. The vault is you have to pay money. We'll get to that. Oh, it was an exotic foraging bundle in the crafts room. So that's where it was. It's like, I didn't want to walk around and click on each one. I was like, okay, I can find it. Pantry's up top. Crafts room's down below. It's an exotic foraging bundle, and it actually finishes one of the bundles here. The whole room's not done, but the bundle is. And we get a reward, and what do we get? 5 autumn bounties. So look how much it feels like a ton of health. The winter foraging bundle we can't do until winter, but that was so cool because that's good food that we didn't have to make, and it was free, and we got 5 of them. Those are really good for taking to the mine. So we don't go to the mine much except for whenever we're needing ore, but what a good reward. And we're getting closer to having that one done. Oh, I was so mad that I made that mistake. Oh. And I knew it too. It's like I had looked at it numerous times. I still gave Pam the wrong thing. Now I gotta go get another sardine. I'll just come in here and say hi to Harvey instead. That'll make me feel better. Hi, Harvey. Oh, can I stop by anytime? I know you stop by. I'm not feeling good. It's like, let's see. What have I given him? He seems to like everything that I've given him so far. So I was debating. Should I give him a wild plum? I don't know. So I'm still, you can see me hesitating. It's like, I'm terrified to give him a wild plum because it was such a bad idea for Abigail. It's like, oh my gosh. I was just scared to give it to him because I don't know. I mean, I could go onto the wiki and check, but I didn't. It's like, no, I'm just going to skip it altogether. Eventually we'll have to figure it out because we need to give people more gifts. We really do. If we want those relationships to max out. But anyway, I was so mad. So I stuck I got to get that sardine and go give it to Emily. I probably should put that wild plum away because it freaks me out. Well, let's see. Where does Emily? Emily lives down on the south end in the house that's on the right. She lives there with Haley. I don't know if she's there or not. I don't know where she's at for sure. But I thought, oh, maybe we should go down there and find out. Oh, pine tar. I remembered that I had put a tapper on that pine tree. So eventually the things that we do want to tap, we'll plant a tree where we want them. But that's just where they are since we just started. Yeah, let's go see if we can find Emily and give her our last remaining sardine. And of course I go into the wrong house. Hi, Vincent. Let's see if I can make you unhappy. I seem to be excelling in that lately. Oh my gosh. Okay. And I want to apologize for my stuffy nose. My seasonal allergies are just huge right now. Always double checking the cost of that bag is another $10,000 to upgrade my inventory. I don't think I need to do it at this time. I don't seem to be struggling too much, so I'm good for now. And it's $10,000, and we got other things we need to spend our money on. What I had done is I had checked the wiki to find out where is Emily at 2 o'clock on Tuesday, and she was here in the exercise room with the other ladies having exercise. And I got the sardine to the right person. Look at this, we got 120 gold for a sardine, so cool. We gave one away, but we've got 120 for that one. And we had we completed 10 help wanted quests, so we got a star for that. So that's what all those stars are for things that we've completed. So anyway, we got that particular task under our belt done. And we go to the calendar and find out George's birthday is tomorrow. Now, we really, really, really don't want to miss George's birthday. I mean, he's hard enough to... he's a grumpy guy, but we are on a mission to be friends, best friends, with every single person in town. And one of the best ways to do that is make sure that you give a gift to the person on their birthday, and preferably a loved gift. And the only way to know that for sure, unless you just want to hit and miss it, is to go to the wiki, because, and you've heard me mention the wiki a ton of times, and I'll keep mentioning it. It's such an invaluable resource for people that don't want to figure it out, and that's air quotes that you can't see. Figuring things out is something that I don't care to do. If I wanted to not know things and be surprised things, then you could do that with this game. You could just play and have it give you the tips and hints for the various things that you need to do, and just go on your merry way. But I don't like to play that way. I don't like to have to guess at things and try to figure stuff out. So anyway, enough of that for now. The wiki is listed in the comment section down below, which you can go check it out. And you can get as much or little information as you want. There's also forums there, so if you get stuck on something, you can ask for help. And it's just an amazing group of really cool people that are more than willing to offer their assistance on just about any subject or topic or something you get stuck on. And so anyway, just kind of doing a couple things here, checking my silo to see how much hay I have, and you know, I thought maybe it's time for some cleanup going on here. It's like we're gonna need a lot more wood eventually. As you can see, we need it for all these things that we're crafting. So the preserve jars and the kegs and the chests, and we need a ton of wood for when we upgrade buildings, for instance. So we need to upgrade some buildings soon. So anyway, I was just doing a little bit of cleanup here on things that getting the stuff out of the way. Needed just a little tiny bit of grass that I cut into hay, and I don't want to cut too much. I just want to make sure that there's plenty, and there is more than plenty to have those silos completely full by the time winter comes, which is always my goal. I shoot for 30 pieces of hay in the silo per animal by the fall. And so, you know, we only got the 2 chickens and the cow right now, so that's only 90 pieces. But I'm not sure what I'm going to end up getting before the end of this season. By the way, I just noticed I had another mushroom tree, and I was shocked to see it. It's like, and also my pickaxe isn't big enough for what? I guess there's a large, a big stone there that it can't get. And I've got another mushroom, which I didn't know I had. It's like, oh my gosh, that's 3 random mushrooms, and I'm not sure, but I don't think that's ever happened to me before. Now, having said that, I oftentimes completely clear my land very early on because I want the wood, I need all the supplies and everything. But it's just never happened to me where there's 3 random mushroom trees. So I have to figure out what to do with them. Because I don't know for sure where I'm going to have my mushroom tree. I use them for decoration more than anything else. I do like to tap them and get the mushrooms, but I'm mostly for decoration. I was shocked to see that I actually had, I've had 3 random mushroom trees. If you clear the area around the mushroom trees, they will drop seeds, new seeds for mushroom trees, and that's how you can move your mushroom trees around. You can't just plant a seed for a mushroom tree. You have to let an existing mushroom tree drop a seed, and then let that seed turn into a full-blown tree, and then you can chop down the previous one. And that's how you kind of move your mushroom trees around to wherever you want them. And I haven't made a decision yet. I don't know how for sure I'm going to have my layout. I've never had a mushroom tree pop up right up there by Grandpa's shrine, which I've always decorated it in my previous plays, but it seems like a mushroom tree is such a special, unique item. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm still debating on that. There's also on the main page for Stardew Valley, they have various resources, and you can actually find a farm planner on there that lets you do a grid, and you could lay out your entire farm on grid format before you ever start anything, which is kind of cool. That way you can say, okay, my farm would look like this if I did this, 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 and this. What I was doing there is looking to see if I have any more surprise mushroom trees. It's like, oh my gosh, they just seem to keep popping up. And this one you can do if you want is to lay out your farm ahead of time. I just kind of, when I first started this, I just kind of winged it. And I kind of like my layout that I have on my 11-year farm. I think it's first off, it's self-sufficient, which is something that I'm shooting for always, is self-sufficiency, meaning I don't have to buy any seeds anymore. I'm in good shape. And also convenience, because, you have to pet your animals. You have to, unless you get an animal petter or something called edible petter, I guess. I know, I've never had one. But you got to check your animals at least and pick up the produce and things that they produce. And you also need to go, if you've got sheds full of kegs and preserve jars, then they have to be, to me, they need to be convenient so that it makes it much faster for me to run around and do the things that I need to do. So I'm not 100% sure that the layout that is on my 11-year farm is what I'll go with. I'll probably make some adjustments to it and do something very similar. So let's see what we got. We got some cheese, wild honey, and mayonnaise, so that's good. And that gives us a little over 800, almost 900 gold overnight, so that's good. Eventually, that's going to be exponentially higher, so we'll get there. We're at 16,438 gold for today, and out of habit, I'm checking the weather report. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't need to do that. Spirits are somewhat mildly perturbed today. And I don't even care about that. Queen of Sauce is a rerun. So I don't care about the spirits anyway. It's like, I've already made it to the bottom of the mine. And so, let's see what we got. Oh, cool. The mayor just sent us 500 gold for being the best neighbor. Oh, that's awesome. We need the money. And look at this. We've got pumpkins. Yay. We've got some pumpkins. We need pumpkins. What else have we got? Oh, we got some corn. Do you recall our corn was planted in the summer and it goes ahead and continues to grow through the fall. And looking in the wrong container, trying to figure out where to put everything. Look at those cranberries stacking up. Man. Pumpkins. We've got 3 gold star pumpkins. And let's see. I really am going to have to reorganize this. I still think I want the corn in the summer one, because the fall one gets so full with so many different things that I keep. So I think that we're going to keep it in there. I just forget in the fall all the time, and I'm walking around with corn trying to figure out where the heck to put it. And the eggs in my way. Oh, look at that. We got a large egg from Desi. So that's cool. That's our first large egg from Desi, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, put the gray egg in the mayonnaise maker. And we're going to go here and find our Desi there. Hi, Desi. We got a full heart with Desi. And there's Clara. Hey, Clara. 5 hearts with Clara. And while we're there, let's milk Clara, if I can turn the right direction and click the right item. Lord. So we got a large milk, and I'm looking around for Lucy. Lucy kind of blends in, so I got to stop. Sometimes I stop and just don't move for a minute and see if I can see her moving around. She's hard to see sometimes. And I really needed to wait on that milk. I keep forgetting to wait on that milk, but that's okay. We'll get there. And there she is. Little Lucy can't get away from me. And 5 hearts is the most that you could have with your animals. So that's good. And we're going to go ahead and sell that cheese. I think we've got 3 or so in the storage if we need to go to the mine for anything. So anyway, I'm looking at my tasks. I don't have any new things anyway. And the animal bundle, I keep forgetting. It's like, wait a minute. I needed that milk. I need a brown egg, a white egg. I also need a couple things of animals that I don't have because we can't have them yet. We've got to increase the size of our coop and our barn so that we can get the animals that we need to get these things done that we need. So anyway, I'm just kind of doing a once over, thinking, what do I have? What do I need? And we're a long ways away, but that's okay. No big deal. I'm thinking. Let me stand in the middle of my field and think. And while I'm thinking, it's like, get the heck over there and feed the furnace. Now I'm looking there thinking, man, I've only got 5 gold ore, 3 iron ore, and 12 copper. And we are just so low on ores. All of them, and we need all of them. We've got plenty of wood. We've got over 1,000. They can only go in stacks of 999. And then it starts another stack. I thought, well, maybe we'll check the cave. And we got a salmon berry and a spice berry. It's really fun to go in here after you haven't gone in there for a while to see what you get. Because again, these are things that are, some of these things are late game stuff. Obviously a salmon berry and a spice berry is not. But apricots, peaches, cherries, apples, those are all late game items, and I already have had some. So I think that's so cool. And that's why I like it, because it really does help me with the community center. Get it done sooner, within the 2nd year. Because one of the items that you need, which is red cabbage, you can't get a red cabbage until until your 2nd year. So that's why most people don't, unless you click that button on the startup that says you can finish in the 1st year, because they put the red cabbage on the traveling card at some point. I was looking at the time and I was looking at my options. I've noticed that I have blackberries in 2 different places. I'm not sure. I think part of it's because they are forageable, and I think I've been getting them out of the back cave. So what I decided to do was a couple of things. I got my fishing rod. I got myself loaded up with some blackberries, and I got the bug meat that I had been saving up, and I loaded up my fishing rod, and I got 91 bait on my fishing rod. So what I'm going to do is go talk to some people and to give away some blackberries. That is my grand plan. We'll see how that works. We have not really worked on our relationships very much. And so I'm pretty sure that blackberries are a safe item to give. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. But we do need to work on that. And we need to work on fishing. Fishing is a good money maker. As much as I complain about it because I don't enjoy it, I cannot deny that it is a good money maker. And someone wants a sea cucumber. Jody says she wants that. So right now I'm like, I don't know about that. That's kind of a rare thing to get. So anyway, I'm kind of looking around saying, oh, hi. You want to be my friend? How you doing? Look at that. She knows what time it is. Wow, that's crazy. Don't know if I've ever seen someone mention the time like that before. I'm not trying to click on you, Jody. I'm trying to click on Sam. I know. Split up, guys. There we go. I'm trying to give them gifts. And so far, the blackberries seem to be a fairly popular item. So I'm just kind of running around, and just people that I see randomly, You can see Gus is way up there. He's not really anybody in here. It's like 12 o'clock. Gus is the only one. And we don't hardly ever talk to Gus because we don't see him very often. He's always behind the counter. Oh, that's sweet. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it. So it seems to be the blackberries so far. I'm terrified I'll run into Abigail. So far the blackberries have been a popular, they like it. I don't think they love it. So let's put aside our doctor-patient relationship. Well, I mean, that seems a little bit flirtatious, Harvey. How are we doing with Harvey? He's our first 4-heart relationship so far. And it's like, okay, who have I got here? This is Leah. So we got Leah. This is Alex. We got Alex. So far, nobody's saying, why are you giving me such a crappy gift? So, again, I'm just so nervous about giving the wrong thing. There's Haley. Hi, Haley. Oh, and she hated it. Oh, no. Surely not everybody's going to hate it. So now Haley's going to hate me. It's like, oh my gosh, I hate giving gifts. And I really should check each one. I'm lazy, and it's like, I just go start giving people stuff. I probably should have checked. That would have been the wise thing to do instead of giving somebody a gift that they don't like. But that's what happens if you're going to be random and just give gifts randomly. I hadn't checked this board in a while. 80 wood or 100 pieces of wood, 80 hardwood, 1,000 pieces of regular wood. I'm just not there. I mean, if you get to the point where you got 3 stacks of $9.99 wood, then you would want to do that particular quest on there. Coming down to the beach here, you can do scavengeable items you can pick up and you can sell those. And there's also sometimes the artifact spots that look like little worms. Man, we're getting tons of mussels today. Look at that. And there's one artifact spot right there. Glad we brought our hoe with us, and I found a lost book for the library. So it's a good way to get stuff. I'm going to be using this coral. Look at all this. Oh my goodness, glass shards. Man, we're getting a lot of stuff today on the beach today. I forget to come here sometimes, and it kind of backs up with stuff. But this coral is going to become very important item that we're going to use for crafting. So that's why I liked it. I'm glad that we went ahead and spent I think it was 300 wood to fix that little bridge to come over here, because that's where you're going to find that coral. And that coral is going to become a very important item. And so anyway, I'm reorganizing myself. What I like to do is put this stuff that I don't care to see down below. And of course, I ridiculously have to put it in order of whatever. But what I want to do is I want to be able to see the fish that I'm catching. So again, as a reminder, your fish that you catch are dependent upon the season, the location, and sometimes the weather. So you can only catch certain fish in the wintertime and certain fish in the fall, certain fish in the ocean. So it does vary. So right now I'm not like super concerned about the community center when it comes to the fish, because I know I'm gonna be I'll be into my second year by the time I finish it. But at this point, mostly what I'm concerned about is money. So I'm really trying to get my money up. Got a nice anchovy there. I'm just trying to get my money up, and I know that fishing is going to help with that. So also keep in mind that the higher quality fish that you catch, so those gold star ones, are they pay much more than a normal quality one. And I don't know. I think it's random. I think it does check your skill level. But I think it's random, because I'll be staying in the same spot and get a normal quality and a gold star at the same exact time. So I think it just checks your skill level against it, and it's just a percentage of, I think. I don't know for sure. I'm just talking. I'm not sure. Also, you'll notice sometimes these fish, the fish themselves just kind of go real fast and sometimes real slow. And the speed and the jerkiness that you see on your fishing rod screen, the more they jerk around, the higher, the more difficult fish that you're going to be catching. So I have a really hard time with that at this point in the game, because my green bar is not very big, and some of those fish that dart up and down again and bounce at the bottom are really hard to catch. That's why I hate fishing so much. and there's a sea cucumber. I thought, interesting. Didn't somebody just want a sea cucumber? And I think I've already got one in my inventory. So I have to really think about that, especially if we get another one here. What happened there is that I got a twitchy finger sometimes, and my fingers, they twitch. And if I leave my finger on my mouse, I'll twitch and uncast my fishing rod, which makes me so mad because you lose bait. So it makes me aggravated when that happens. I try to move my hand off of there, but at the same time, you want your finger on there so that you can be sure to get ready to click real fast. So anyway, today seems to be the day of anchovies. It's like, oh my goodness. I think I'll just fish over here for a little while. Hey, how you doing, Willie? Willie's doing a little fishing off the pier right outside his little building. And I got seaweed for my trouble. That's not cool. What I'll do is, like, a lot of times if I'm fishing late at night, I'll eat the seaweed for my energy, but when I get home I dump it in my shipping bin because I don't want to keep it. I know I probably should. Something is perfect. What do we get? We got an anchovy, and it is an iridium quality anchovy. So I've seen, when I see it says perfect, I don't think that affects the quality of the fish. But look at that. I've got 3 different qualities of anchovies. And that the iridium one is going to give us, if we ate it, it gives us the highest energy, but it also gives us the most money. But when I'm storing a fish, each of the fish that I'm going to put in my fish chest, I generally will put the highest quality that I have. So if I think of it, I'll switch out the anchovy that I have in there for that iridium quality. Iridium is that purple. Oh, look at this fish jumping around everywhere. Yeah, and you really quickly don't get the fish. It's like, whatever it was something good that we probably really would have wanted, but we didn't get it because the thing was jumping everywhere. So eventually we'll get better, or actually what will happen is our green bar will continue to get bigger depending upon the bait and the lures that we use, or bobbers. I think there's a wooden bobber that I like. Oh, look at that. That's a second cucumber. That's a second one. So I'm thinking, you know what? Whoever wanted that sea cucumber, I bet you they would pay us for it. So, okay, let's go find out who it was. I don't even remember who it was. I just remember seeing it and thought, no, those are hard enough to catch. And then we end up catching 2. So it's like, okay, let's go find out who that was. And if we can easily locate them, then that would be cool. And it was Jody. Now let's try not to give it to somebody else. $225 for a sea cucumber. And I'm thinking, okay, where is Jody? Jody actually lives down there in the blue house that's on the left on the bottom there. So that's where Jody lives. The key is, can we get into the house, and can we give Jody a gift? Hello, how you doing, Penny? Oh, we don't have a school, so she pretends to be a teacher. I'm like, why don't we give one? Let's see if she likes them. Okay, she says, yeah, that looks nice. So it's not a loved item. Most of the loved items that people want are cooked items, things that you have to cook. Most of them. Okay, so we got Jody. It's the right person. Give her that, and she said you saw the ad. So all right. Oh, look at, she makes a funny little face. Alrighty dighty. So cool. $225 for a sea cucumber that we just fished out of the ocean for free. So that's cool. We're getting those relationships. It's a slow going when you don't work on it like I should be working on it. So anyway, that was cool that I caught that. I've caught 2 of them and had enough to go and found Jody easily. I didn't have to go searching all over the universe for her. She was right in her house, and she's often in her house in her kitchen. And you can get to that. It's not behind a locked door or anything. And in case you are not aware, when you do quests for people, they like it. It helps your relationship with them. I don't know how much, but it does. This is a different fishing area. It's a pond as opposed to a river or the ocean. So you can catch different fish in the pond. And I thought, well, let's go over there and see if we can get some different fish here. Now, are we going to be greedy? And in that case, I wasn't greedy. I went ahead and did not go up to that treasure chest, because you have to hold your green bar on the treasure chest and then keep it on the fish. And sometimes I get greedy and want both, and my fish is jumping around, and it's like, I lose both. I lose the bait, I lose the fish, I lose everything. Oh, don't do that, don't bounce. Oh, so dislike this. So, you know, if you stay with my series and I keep doing this and I keep getting encouraged and I keep doing the series, eventually you'll get to see what fishing looks like much later in the game. When you've improved, when your fishing pole's improved, when your skills have improved and you've got the right bait and the right tackle, it can really make this not so miserable. So we seem to be catching tons of smallmouth bass. That's 3 now. Gold star ones, which are great. I mean, they, you know, it's fine. It'd be nice to catch something that I hadn't already caught. And I don't know what we haven't caught in the ponds. I haven't fished much here in the ponds. There's one here, and there's one near the mine as well. Look at that. It's like, oh my gosh, an iridium quality smallmouth bass. So cool and boring. It's like, I'll go ahead and eat the green algae to get it out of my inventory. I think I had 2 different ones. Gave me 3 energy, so 13 energy, I'm sorry. Cleared up a space in my inventory. My inventory is pretty full because we had all that stuff that we collected off of the beach. And a stick. Oh, wow. It's like, let me throw my stick away. And let's eat that to clean up the inventory. So usually my goal is to kind of fill my bag when I'm fishing like this. I just want to fill my bag. And there's other ways of going about doing it, but that's how I play. I just fill my bag up and then go home. All right, something is perfect, whatever it is. It's a smallmouth bass, which looks like it was iridium quality. So that's 2 of those. That's cool. I mean, I'm tired of catching smallmouth basses, but at the same time, is that how you say it? Basses? I don't know. Now this time, are we going to be greedy? Are we going to be greedy? It's like, keep the green bar in the fish, but then go down and get the treasure chest, and then go back up, but don't mess up. Don't mess up like I just did. I lost the fish and the bait and the treasure chest, and that makes me so mad. I mean, really mad. Oh, we'll get over it. Green algae. Keep our energy up a little bit. It's getting pretty late. It's 10:20 p.m. But I'm thinking, man, if we could just get a couple more of anything different. I mean, all we're catching is smallmouth bass, and we're getting some really high quality ones. But it'd be nice to catch something I haven't caught before. It's like, okay, what do we got? And we don't have to worry about being greedy because there's no treasure chest. That one's staying right on there. What do we got? And another smallmouth bass. This one's a regular. It's like, okay, I've got 5, 6 smallmouth bass, and it was getting late, and I thought, that's enough. So we can go put away fish that we're not gonna sell and get the rest of them in our shipping bin and see how much money we got, because we really got some expensive stuff coming up. It seems I keep saying that all the time, but it's always true. It's like, it is an ongoing process. It's like, oh, right. So what is that? I'm looking at my fish and trying to put the highest quality one in my chest and sell the rest of them. So that's what I was looking at. And those iridium quality, wow, that's so cool. I mean, that I'm surprised I'm catching those at this level of fishing that I have, which I haven't checked in a while. So smallmouth bass, I'm going to keep one of those iridium ones and sell the other one. And sea cucumbers, I'm going to go ahead and keep them. It seems like to me we need them for something. I can't remember what it is. And you've heard me talk before that I'm not a professional sound engineer like my son is, and occasionally you're going to hear one of my cats holler, because I've never in my life, I've always had really wonderful cats, but I've never had cats that are super affectionate and demand my attention. So occasionally you're going to hear one cry, and I had someone say if I didn't post a picture that it didn't happen. So picture and cat. There you go. So anyway, we put everything in our shipping bin and getting everything put away. I finally got the blackberries all in the right place and all set for the next day. So I'm going to go ahead and get in bed and sleep for the night and see how much money we made. Oh, our foraging is up to level 8. And, oh, wild berry harvesting. That's cool. That went up. All right, what do we get? Well, that paid off pretty nicely. 1,700. Look at all those fish. Smallmouth bass is worth 125 for the iridium compared to 77 for the gray one. Oh my gosh, that was good. Man, did we need that money. We're on the 25th day of fall. That means we only have today and 3 more days left in the fall season of our first year. We're up to 18,939. Just checking the weather. Don't know why I bother. I just do. Because 3 seasons out of the year, it matters. Spears are somewhat annoyed today. Don't really care about that either. Living off the land. Winter's coming, and that means your farming operations will be coming to a halt. No crops grow in the winter unless you're lucky enough to have a greenhouse. There's still plenty to do. So that's true. Always something to do. And look at all this. Look at this. We've got eggplants. We've got pumpkins. And I'm not sure if we've got anything else, but how exciting is that? That's so cool. Yay. We've got quite a few pumpkins. Pumpkins can be used to pickle them, and they are really good. I'm trying to say, pumpkins are really a good crop to have. I usually use pumpkins and cranberries for my main crops for fall. Now you can see that the keg is now done. So now I've got to find something else to put in the keg, and that's what I'm looking and saying, okay, what do I want to put in there? And I decided to put some hops, which will make beer. This first thing we have here is cranberry wine, and we're going to sell that overnight. And we'll see what we get for that. So, so you can see it's going to be a combination of kegs and preserve jars. And so obviously you're going to need, you can use for the kegs, you can make wines and juices with your various fruits. The preserve jars, you can preserve lots of vegetables if you want. And that's what I do is pickle the pumpkins. So we don't want to miss petting our pets. There's Desi with one heart. And I think I see Lucy down there hiding out. Brown chickens are really hard to see because they mix in the fall time. Because they mix in with the grass and you can barely see them. And I got my, oh look at that, iridium large milk. So that's very cool. I love it when your animals start giving you iridium quality products. It doesn't happen every time after you've got the highest relationship with your animals, but it happens a lot more often. And look at that iridium quality egg. So that's very cool when that happens. And the iridium large milk was cool too. So it's just a cool thing that happens. And you can see I'm starting to collect the eggs, and each of the animals, when you first get them, or each of the chickens anyway, when you first get them, give you small eggs. And I try to save some of those if I can, because at least one of them needs to be shipped. I'm sorry, you need to ship one of everything, and a small egg is one of those items that needs to be shipped. A large egg is another one. So if you're trying for completion, it's important that when you first start off that you remember to save some of those things, because you're usually like, this is very beginning, we're in the very beginning stages and haven't even made it through the first year yet. So it's important that you save some of those things for the community. Some of it needs to go to the community center, and some needs to be shipped. And I think in previous plays, I've made the mistake of processing all of the eggs and then realized that I needed to ship some and had to get a new chicken. So anyway, just kind of a little tidbit there. You kind of, like I said, Stardew Valley has created hoarders out of all of us. So anyway, what do we got going on here? Look at that Autumn's Bounty. 220 energy, 99 health, 12 foraging, and plus 2 defense. That was a reward we got from the community center, which makes it's our best food item that we currently own to take to the mines with us. So as you can see, I am going to the mine, so I'm kind of gathering all my stuff together. We got a few things to take to the community center, and we've got glass shards, I think it's called, that we're going to drop off at the museum to donate. So more and more items as we continue on. And, again, what we're doing with the museum is we're basically going to fill every single spot in the museum. So it's a completion thing. It's something that you just kind of work towards a little at a time. You just keep hitting those artifact spots, or otherwise known as the wormies, and you just keep tapping them, and eventually you'll find everything. And you come in other ways too. Obviously, you get them in geodes, and you find them digging up spots in the mine and all kinds of places. And then you'll get down to one, and it will drive you nuts. That's what happened to me. I got down to, I was actually that rare disc. It looks like kind of looks like a tire, more or less. In my one save where I had completed that, that was the last piece I needed. I'll never forget that. Obviously, when I found it already in this playthrough, so I was so excited, but then I realized, oh wait, there's going to be something that I will be eternally waiting for. So it's very, very frustrating. So we've got a few items for the pantry, the animal bundle, and we had more. We just keep forgetting to bring them. So we need 5 of the above 6 items, as you can see. And I just got 2. And I have some of them. I just keep forgetting. I keep sticking those milks in the milk thing. And it's like, oh my God, I'm getting the cheese press. It's like, oh my gosh, why do I keep doing that? And then I can't remember where this bottle of wine needs to go. So I'm going to kind of search through here and find out which bundle it is that needs a bottle of wine. Luckily, I remembered instead of tossing it in the shipping bin. Again, there it is, Enchanter's Bundle. So on the bulletin board. So I found out where it needs to go. And again, you know, I used to save everything up and bring for one whole bundle, and then it's like, why not just drop it off? Now I know for sure all I need is a rabbit's foot, which I don't have because I don't have a rabbit. So it's just an ongoing process that will eventually finish it. I'm not freaking out about it. I'm not obsessing about it. It just seems like I am. I just want to make sure that I got as much done as I can do in the first year, you know, without losing my mind. I got a lot of fishing to do. That fish tank is like, ugh, it's maybe the last one. I really need to get on that and fish a lot more, but I hate fishing, so it's a problem. We'll get there eventually. We need to remember to fish in all the locations, the ponds, the rivers, and the ocean each season and on rainy days. So it's the only way to make sure that you get all the fish that you need to catch. So we are looking for iron ore today. And I know that iron ore seems to be more plentiful levels 40 and up. So that's why I went to level 40, and then of course there were stairs immediately. So just as I mentioned when I first finished the mine, that we only come back here if we wanted to. And the only reason to want to is that you need certain items that are here and plentiful here. So we're going to see how much ore we can get. It's 12 noon. We've got bombs with us, and we've got some special delicious food that will get our energy back up. But in all honesty, these lower levels, the creatures aren't much of a challenge to us because we are stronger, our mining's stronger, we have better boots and rings and weapons and things like that, so they don't hurt us as much. They're easier to kill. Things that we used to absolutely hate no longer are an issue. So, you know, they still hurt us sometimes, so we have to be a little bit careful, but it's not as big of a problem as it used to be. So we're gonna go down here and take care of this slime. And I heard a bat coming. It's like, oh, a bat's coming. Oh, no big deal. We'll take your bat wings and off we go. And you can see that used to be that slimes and bats at the same time used to do a lot of damage to me, but not so much anymore. I am, as you can see, organizing my bag. I want to make sure that I can see how much ore that I'm collecting for no other reason than I just want to see how much ore I'm collecting. So that's why I leave the stack of ore on the top layer of my bag, just so I can see how much I've found. That's all, because that's what I'm here for. Everything else, I can put it down below. And I have never ever been much of a bomb user. And I know that those of you who are watching this who've played Stardew Valley are going, she's crazy. And maybe I just am a little bit. But when I started playing, I didn't read how to do the mine the most efficient way. So, and bombs they cost resources to make them. And so I just never really used them very much. And I got into that habit of not using them very much. So as you can see, I've only got three total bombs. And I thought, I just save them until I hit a spot that I think I need them. And so I just never do because my brain was never wired that way. So anyway, that's my story and I'm going to stick to it. But we are up to 15 iron ore, which is great. We did pick up a cave carrot and an omni geode and some sap, which we don't use a whole lot of, but it's good to have anyway. And so it's also something, if I have to toss something from my pack, that will be something that will toss from my pack. So anyway, I'm going to come down and get some of these little black sprite. I think, are they called sprites? I'm 100% sure. Go ahead and hit those. And if you recall, the Adventure Center has a list on the wall of things that you can get rewards for killing. And I think sprites are like 1,000. You have to kill 1,000 of them or 1,000 slimes. I don't recall. It's a bunch. So eventually I'll hit that because that's not something that I'm actually working towards. I'm not looking at that list going, okay, I need X number of these. Now this looked like a decent place to put a bomb. And it seemed to, I did get some ore from it and stairs, which is what I was looking for. Let's try not to put a bomb on the stairs. We hit the special rocks when we see them because they are generally gems. It's topaz, which we have some. For right now, I'm trying to keep at least one of each gem after we've donated to Gunther, of course. But later on, I will probably increase that to 5. Right now, we need the money more than we need the gems. So anyway, how much we got now? We got 16 iron ore. We're going to keep looking for a little while longer, kill these sprites, and come up here to the top. So I didn't see anything. It looks like we've looked pretty much everything in this level. And now I just want stairs to get down another level. We're on 46, so maybe go down to 47. There might be more there. And I honestly don't remember for sure which level has the most, or if there is a level that has the most. I know that the wiki, if you do search for iron ore or any kind of ore, it will tell you which floors of the mine have the highest concentrate. And I think I'm on those floors. So I think it's been a long time since I looked at it. And we killed that sprite and got a crystal fruit. So that's a 63 energy. And it's also, I don't know, it might be something that people like. I have to look it up. When you are looking to give gifts, and if you want to be careful, which I'm not very careful on, you can look at a universal loved gift, universal liked gifts, and that means pretty much everybody in town will love or like those gifts. And the gifts, of course, increase your relationships. And so I think that flowers, for the most part, are liked gifts. And so that's what I've been using to work on those relationships. And so I want to come up here and see if there's any ore up here, because we've got 16. I don't know how much further down we want to go, because then you get other ores, gold, and I don't want gold ore at this time. I've got plenty of gold bars ready to go when I need them. Right now I haven't needed them for anything. It's really the iron, copper and iron are the ones that we are the shortest on. So anyway, it's like, okay, where's the stairs? There it was. I knew I had seen the stairs somewhere. Still looking for some more ore. Really like to get a little bit more. It's only 7 p.m. Half of our energy is gone, but we've only ate the cave carrot, nothing else. So we can go a little bit longer. It's only 7:30. And you know, if I was out and about, then I would probably, oops, awful down below. If I was out and about, I'd probably go home. But since it's the mine and we can go directly from the mine to home, it's like, let's eat that and get it out of the way. If we go from the mine to home quickly, it's okay to be out a little bit later and achieve our goal here of getting more ore. So come on, where is it? Oh, you stinker. You're behind the rock where I can't get to you. But I can get to you. Ah, look at that. And you can get to me. That's totally not fair. And now we're getting an infestation of something. Probably bats. Oh, and there's some ore. Bring on the bats. We'll take your bat wings and go home with them. So, take that. Take that. I remember when this was like, when this would happen, it would be time to leave. Not anymore. We're stronger and we can handle it. Look at that. Look at that. Goodbye. Oh, and we got the stairs finally. But there's iron ore right there. Ooh, turned my back for 1 second and that bat hit me in the back. But look at our health. It's, you know, it's not too bad. This is an invasion and we're doing pretty good, so not bad. You put those bat wings away because eventually we'll be using them for some crafting. And let's see, this is 49. I think there's some good ore here, at least a little bit. So we'll keep looking here. And we got some more slimes, and we got some more bouncy things. And we got some iron ore up above. Oh, okay, maybe we should clear these guys out so they don't come after us. But I want that ore right there. Give me your ore, give me the ore. Oh, got a jade out of it. I think we've already got jade. And when I say that, I'm meaning I think we've already given one to the museum, and I think we have one in storage, I think. Jade becomes an important item later on. So I'm trying not to give too many spoilers for those who have never played before. So, you know, I just make comments, but I try not to spoil things. And there's a ghosty thing. And they sometimes give us solar essence. Let's see how many times it takes to kill this one, because 3 hits. Remember how it used to take us like 10 or 15? Boy, we've come a long way, haven't we? That's so cool. And let's see. That should be a ruby, I think. Yes, it is a ruby. We'll take it. And a blue dwarf skull. We've already gotten a dwarf, I say it totally wrong, a dwarf scroll blue ribbon. I can't remember how many total there are. 4 or 5? Is there 5? I can't remember that you have to collect for the museum. And then I try to keep an extra one. I can't remember if there's anything else you need to do with it. I know that some people have mods that when you put your mouse on it, you can. Ooh, look at that! I got 4 ore at once. So I know that you can these mods that some people have. You can hold your mouse on something or click on something, and it will tell you what it can be used for. And I just don't have that mod. So then I noticed, you know what? My inventory has only 1 slot open. I'm almost completely full. Oh, and then I almost went all the way home the long way instead of doing the bus stop at the mine cart. I still keep forgetting that we have that. So yes, we'll take it. What a dodo head. And look at all of our preserve jars. Yay. So really quickly, we need to put away our things. Yes, we did have jade, so that made another one in storage. That's cool. We'll hang on to that for now. And again, this is our minerals chest. And we had not had a ruby in storage, so that was good that we ended up finding that, because I like to have something in storage in case someone asks for one. Because you've seen there's been quests where someone asks for a diamond or a ruby or emerald or whatever. And if we have one in inventory, then we can take that quest, and they pay a lot for them. So anyway, putting away our supplies and things that we don't need to carry along with us anymore. And let's see here. And we got some gold. Look at that, gold ore. It's been a while since we've found any gold ore because it's in the higher or lower levels of the mine, and we haven't been down there in a while. But we've got 41 gold bars, so we don't really need them at this time. And right now I'm just moving these things up so I can see them when I open my inventory. It's like, okay, what else have I got? So right now I've got seeds to put away. So we have 57 various seeds that we can use at some point. I tend to get settled on certain crops that I like to plant each season. This year, the fall is cranberry and pumpkins. And look at that, those beautiful cranberry jellies. Each of those jars represents 200 gold. So we're going to 600 gold from just the cranberries alone. So I thought that's pretty cool. And so we're going to pop in bed, get some rest, and that's going to pretty much end our day. Thank you for following me along on this journey. This is so much fun to share with you. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel. And the most important thing of all is I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.